Did the old prophets actually meet angels on top of mountains, or were they highly intelligent beings from a galaxy far, far away? Welcome to UFology, where we explore the truth about alien life, because let's face it, we're not alone, and the evidence is everywhere. In this video, we'll be looking at evidence of alien encounters in Russia. Through the years, various sightings and strange objects have turned up there. There's evidence of aliens everywhere in Russia, if you know the right places to look. Unfortunately, most of it has been covered up or disputed by various authorities. Perhaps they're afraid it would cause a panic. What is this evidence? If you're curious to know more about it, let's dive right into the video. First, we have the ancient archaeological site, Arkaim, also known as Russia's Stonehenge. Arkaim is a settlement that dates back to 4000 BC. It's situated near the modern-day city of Chelyabinsk in central Russia. An excavation there revealed a strange misshapen skeleton. It belonged to a woman who lived thousands of years ago. The skeleton had an elongated egg-shaped skull, but was otherwise humanoid. What could explain such a strangely shaped skull? Could it have belonged to a hybrid? UFO conspiracy theorists insist this is the case. Little is known about the woman or her tribe that lived there, and who they were. Perhaps they weren't human. Archaeologists, however, disagree. They believe that there is a perfectly reasonable explanation. According to them, the tribe which lived in Arkaim had a practice of head binding. They would shape the skulls of infants so they grew in unnatural shapes. This was presumably a religious practice of sorts. But if that's the case, a counterclaim could also be made. Maybe these tribespeople were imitating the appearance of alien visitors. Maybe they saw them as gods and wanted to worship them. It's a theory that has been put forth numerous times, following similar discoveries at other sites. We've talked about strange skeletons before in previous videos. They've turned up in various places such as Egypt, China, and South America. Many of these skeletons appear inhuman. This skeleton from Russia seems to be no exception. A common theory is that the aliens helped numerous civilizations across the world advance. This would explain the proliferation of weird bodily remains worldwide. It's also worth noting that Arkaim means sky and earth in Russia. Could this be a hint towards its true nature? Another strange discovery would be unusual metal coils found in the Ural mountains. They were discovered during geological research on the extraction of gold. The pieces include coils, spirals, shafts, and other unidentified components. An analysis was conducted by the Russian Academy of Sciences. The largest pieces are mostly copper, while the smallest are made of tungsten and molybdenum. These objects measure from 1.18 inches to 1/10,000th of an inch. Many exhibit golden mean proportions. Their shape also suggests that they were manufactured and not naturally occurring. Even weirder, they resemble the same components of contemporary nanotechnology. After the discovery, these metal coils were taken for study and examined for quite some time. They've been studied at 4 different facilities in Helsinki, St. Petersburg, and Moscow. However, further research into these tiny structures seems to have ended in 1999. The principal researcher, Dr. Johannes Freiberg, passed away. Since then, there has been no further research. Are these metal coils alien artifacts? Until the research continues, we may never know. Still, it seems highly likely. They don't appear to be naturally occurring after all. Lastly, we have the unexplainable story of the Tunguska explosion. It happened in Tunguska, Russia. On June 30th, 1908, residents of southern Siberia spotted a dazzling fireball crossing the sky. It was followed by a flare brighter than the sun. Minutes later, a shockwave emanated from the swamps. It knocked many of those residents off their feet. This shockwave destroyed trees and houses. Later expeditions into the dense swamps of Tunguska found flattened trees. They were all flattened in a pattern pointing away from ground zero, but strangely, there was no crater and no meteorite fragments. Only the flattened trees and scorched earth remained. After the Soviets took over, they too sent teams to investigate. They were hoping to find metallic ore, but nothing could be found. So what caused the Tunguska explosion? Was it a bomb or some extraterrestrial object? Many theories have been proposed over the years. A Russian scientist visited Hiroshima in late 1945. He studied the aftermath of the atomic bomb there. The scientist insisted that the Tunguska blast must have been nuclear in nature. But 1908 was decades before nuclear weapons were invented. If this theory is true, it's possible that the nuclear technology came from alien spacecraft. This theory is also held by the expedition's leader, Yuri Lavbin. Astronomers have also suggested that the explosion was caused by a comet nucleus. They claim it exploded when colliding with the atmosphere. Other theories include antimatter, as well as mini black holes. Some conspiracy theorists believe that fragments of an alien spaceship were discovered at the site. They claim that the Russian government covered it up. Believers point to an article written by the Russian newspaper Pravda as evidence. Skeptics dispute their claim, calling it delusion. Other experts also point out that the region is a drop zone for Russia's discarded rockets. These come from their space program. There could be any number of man-made fragments there. There's also the matter of Pravda's low credibility. While it used to have some credibility in its days as the Soviet government newspaper, those days are long gone. Pravda is now a tabloid and is fond of recounting wild paranormal tales. Regardless, the question remains, what caused the Tunguska explosion? Till today, nobody has the answer. The Tunguska explosion is more than a century old, but still resonates in the human psyche. Many people are still eager to find out the truth. The authorities don't seem to have any further interest in exploring this, though. One has to wonder why. Russia is a massive country with a long history and holds a treasure trove of secrets. Many have already come to light, but many more remain hidden. Maybe as time passes, we'll uncover more mysteries. Make sure to comment below on what your thoughts are, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to tune in next week.